We are going to make the lemon peel preemie hat, which is perfect for donations. We're going to start at the top with a magic ring and work our way down. So to make this cap, you're going to need a crochet hook, size 4.5 millimeter, sometimes called a G7, but 4.5 millimeter is sort of between a USG and a USH. You're going to need a locking stitch marker, and you're going to need some DK weight cotton yarn. I'm using Bernat Softee Cotton. So as I said, we're going to begin with the magic ring. To make our magic ring, I'm going to put the tail yarn over my left hand. Now that is the cut end of the yarn. The side of the yarn that's attached to the ball or the skein is called the working yarn, and I am right-handed, so you can do this the other way around if you're left-handed. But I'm going to take this yarn, I'm going to take it over my index finger, under my middle finger, and back over my index finger. I'm going to use my ring finger to hold it into place, and I have made an X. So I'm going to take my hook, I'm going under the top right leg of the X, grabbing the top left leg of the X and pulling it through, and then all I need to do is get my fingers out of the way and I'm all set to go. So I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to put 6 single crochet in the ring, and that's like making a single crochet any other place that you might make a single crochet, except we're going inside the ring instead of inside a stitch or a chain space. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now we're going to grab the tail. If it's inside the ring like I have it here, just pop it out. Makes it a little smoother. So I'm holding the single crochets with my right hand, and I have a firm grip. I don't want to let them go, but I am not holding them so tightly that the yarn for the magic ring won't travel. So I'm going to pull, 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 pull until everything is in a round. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 6 stitches in the round. And I'm going to put my locking stitch marker on the last stitch of the round so I know where my round begins and ends. And I'm going to move that stitch marker up with every subsequent round. For round 2, it says 2 single crochet in each single crochet around. So we're going to put 1 in the single crochet and then another 1 in the same one. Move to the next guy, 1 in the single crochet and another 1 in the same stitch. So that's going to take us from the 6 single crochets that we had at the end of round 1 to the 12 single crochets we're going to have at the end of round 2. Round 2 is completed. I remembered to move my locking stitch marker up, and for round 3 we're going to increase in each of the first 11 stitches, not the last one, but we want to establish our lemon peel pattern. So for each of the first 11 single crochet, remember not all of them, just the first 11, we're going to put a single crochet and a double crochet in the same stitch. So there's my single and my double. Going to the next stitch, single, double. So we're going to do that all the way around to the last stitch, that 12th stitch in the round, and in that 12th stitch we're not going to increase, we're just going to put a single crochet. Round 3 is completed. That was 11 increases and just a single crochet in our last stitch. For round 4, we're not going to have any increases or decreases. We're continuing to work to get the lemon peel stitch established. Now, generally speaking, for the lemon peel, once you have it established, you single crochet in the double crochets and you double crochet in the single crochets. That's what makes the stitch work. Now, because we're still increasing, there are some instances where that is not the case. But the other reason that we don't increase in that last stitch, and you'll find that we predominantly work on an odd number of stitches between now to the end, is I didn't want to end a round with a double crochet and then begin the next round with a double crochet, because that would give me two of the same stitches next to each other, and I didn't want that to happen. So I have written this pattern and done the increasing so that there are not two stitches of the same height next to each other, which would make a weird little lump. So we ended with a single crochet. Now we have a single crochet right here at the beginning of round 4. So that means I'm going to double crochet in it. And then the next stitch I see is double crochet, so I'm going to single crochet in that. So I'm going to do that all the way around. Double crochet in the singles, single crochet in the doubles, and I'm going to end with a double crochet in that last single. And then we'll move on to round 5. Round 5 is another increase round. So we're going to single crochet and double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So that's single and double. And then one more time. Single and double. So the first time we put those 2 stitches in a double crochet, and the second time we put those 2 stitches in a single crochet. And now it says single crochet in next double, so there's a double. I'm going to single in it, and double crochet in next single. So there's my single, going to double crochet in it. So those are the instructions that were in the parentheses. We're going to do that. So those are the instructions that were in the brackets. We're going to do that a total of 6 times, but the last repeat, the 6th repeat, will not have that final double crochet in the next single, because remember, we want an odd number of stitches to keep our like stitches away from each other. So I'm going to go ahead and finish round 5. Coming up on the end of round 5, my last repeat, I had single and a double in this stitch, single and a double in this stitch. It says single crochet in next double crochet, and that is the last stitch of the round. So remember, we're going to drop that last double in the next single on the 6th, on the 6th repeat of the 5th round. So that has taken us up to 35 stitches. For round 7, that begins with a single crochet. So we're going to single crochet in the next double, double crochet in the next single, and work that all the way around, remembering that we have an odd number of stitches. And then for rounds 8 to 13, you're going to repeat rounds 6 and 7 3 times. So the other thing I want to point out to you right now, while you still have a flat piece, this is a really good time to weave in the end from your magic ring, because of course as we continue to work even with no increases and decreases, the piece is going to start to cup and take the shape of the final hat, and it's easier to weave that end in now than it will be later when you'd have to reach inside. I have completed my little cap up through round 13. All I need to do for the border is to work 3 rounds of single crochet. So for the first round, I'll be working in both single crochets and double crochets. I'm just going to work in lemon peel stitch. So that'll be round 1, round 2, and then round 3, and then I'm going to end it off with a slip stitch. I have finished my 3 rounds of single crochet, took my locking stitch marker out, and I'm just going to do a slip stitch right there and pull that yarn through. And we're all finished. All I have to do is weave in that end, and of course I would have to weave that end in if I hadn't done it already. but I did. So here we have the lemon peel preemie cap. If you need the pattern written out completely, you can find it on my blog, and the link is below. And I hope you have a good time making this and maybe donating it to the charity of your choice. Anyway, I'm Mary Beth Temple. Thanks so much for hanging out. We'll see you again later. Bye-bye.